Shrimati Vandana Gurnani, Additional Secretary and Managing Director of National Health Mission, Shri Vikas Sheel ji, Joint Secretary Policy, Madam Gayatri Mishra, Joint Secretary Hospital Section, Dr. Sachin Mittal and Director National Health Mission, Mr. Nilambuj, Joint Secretary Ministry, Dr. J.N. Srivastav, ED National Health Systems Resource Center, Mr. Padam Khanna, Senior Consultant National Health Systems Resource Center, Dr. Parminder Gautam, and Dr. Sushant Agrawal. And of course, my dear esteemed colleague from the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, I forgot Ashwini Chaube ji, you can see him on the screen, and all the dear friends of my healthcare delivery system from all parts of the country, from Kerala to Jammu Kashmir and from Gujarat to Assam and up to Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram. We saw everybody's participation in this. But I feel so sad and sorry that I can't see you physically, and I recall the program that we had organized, I think in 2019, October 2019, when most of you had come and joined us in New Delhi, and I had the feel of how exciting this program is and how enthusiastic you were, and how yesterday also I got a few text messages from some people who have got these awards. A text message from one of my juniors in medical college that, oh, I'm getting an award from you, but I can't see the recipient here. But anyway, we have to congratulate all of you. And I know that there are some photographs that have been shown of the people who are part of that facility, but there are many behind the scenes also. It's not only those who have been part of this function. Some are participating through the photograph. Some are participating maybe at that particular site in the hospital. They are now connected to us. I have been told that there are few who have been provided only the listening mode facility, and I think most of you are like that. So it's a unique program, because we have had programs in virtual mode also, where we get the participation from the other side also. But I was told that this being a program where there is so much of huge participation from so many people, and it's the activity starts of giving and choosing awards, etc., from AIIMS New Delhi up to the level of the health and wellness centers across the country. A lot of states are participating, district hospitals, everywhere, and so many have been awarded. And as I said, this is an award which is a recognition of the joint efforts of not only the doctors, but all those who work at the health facilities, all those patients who come over there, and then the decision also is not so easy to make. So, and it was very rightly pointed out in the beginning by the compare of the program that this is a program in which nobody loses. Everybody is actually gaining, and everybody is contributing. So my dear friends all over the country, my dear colleagues, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to all of you, and our heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you all across the country, from all my colleagues here who are sitting here, and also from the Union Health Secretary, and basically from the Prime Minister of India, because as you all may recall that in 2014 Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji had given the clarion call of Swachha Grah from Rajpath, and I think it was on 2nd of October 2014, urging everyone to unite for clean and green India. And it's just about 6 years from that time. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan's foundation, as I said, was laid on that very, very pious day, which is the birthday of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and also the birthday of another son of the soil, Lal Bahadur Shastri ji, our former Prime Minister. And there could not have been a more fitting tribute to these, to the memory of the father of the nation on that particular day. Our Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, as has been said and elaborated earlier by Vandana ji also and my colleague Ashwini ji also, it has been an internationally acclaimed program by now, a visionary program which has been able to spread the message of Swachhata to every household in the country, on every road, in every village, and in every city of India, even in the remotest part of the country. Swachh Bharat Mission, in its 8th year of implementation, has become a national movement which has been able to evoke the sense of responsibility and pride in the citizens of the country. In line with Swachh Bharat's mission's vision, you all know that Ministry of Health had launched the Kayakalp program in 2015. And as the name Kayakalp suggests, the initiative aimed to rejuvenate public health facilities by promoting cleanliness, hygiene and infection control practices. I am delighted to note that Kayakalp has become a popular and revered award among the Committee of Public Health Facilities in the country. Each year, public health facilities which perform outstandingly are recognized, incentivized and felicitated. Kayakalp has not been only been able to improve our public health facilities, but has also made significant impact in molding the behavior of masses. This paradigm shift is well reflected in the increasing number of satisfied patients as surveyed through Mera Aspatal. Importance of Kayakalp initiative has been amply demonstrated during the current COVID pandemic. I must applaud the entire public health system of the country, which rose to the occasion to tackle the global emergency with great grit and courage. Fatality rate due to COVID in India has been one of the lowest in the world. The credit of this spectacular performance goes to the dedication of our doctors, nurses, paramedical and support staff. Equally important has been the strengthening of hospitals and health centers undertaken during the last couple of years. Initiatives like Kayakalp have also been contributing to the enhancement of the public health facilities in terms of ensuring robust practices for hygiene and sanitation, infection control, waste management and support services at the facility level. Another remarkable effort under Kayakalp has been promoting eco-friendly initiatives such as herbal garden, rainwater harvesting and LED bulbs. It has been discussed in detail by my colleague Minister. Friends, progress always needs to be quantified, assessed and verified. In this regard, last year we decided to give weightage to perception of patients in respect of facilities cleanliness in overall Kayakalp ranking. This becomes important and tells us what patients feel about the upkeep and sanitation. I am delighted to share with you the fact that the scheme, which started with the participation of 716 district hospitals and central government institutions in 2015-16, has now spread to 26,172 public health facilities. I think this progress is remarkable, extremely, I would say, encouraging, and gives us a lot of inspiration to work still harder. Another remarkable fact worth highlighting is that while in the first year only 100 healthcare facilities had achieved the Kayakalp benchmark of attaining minimum 70% score, the number of Kayakalp facilities has increased to 7,615 in 2019-2020. There has been a steady growth in number of Kayakalp facilities across the central, state and district level facilities, as well as even in the peripheral health setup in small health facilities. It is my personal desire as well as my belief that all our healthcare facilities will be able to achieve the benchmark score by the year 2020, when under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we deliver a new India to our people on the occasion of 75 years of India's independence. And when I say this, I really mean it. And I am confident that with the determination and sincerity and dedication that you have pursued from 2015 to 2020, and the way our country could rise to the occasion in 2020, we could make sure that all our health facilities, they delivered all the non-COVID services also. We could take care of our COVID patients also. We could take care of the sanitation issues and all related issues. And now that this has become a movement, not only of the people, and within the society also, I feel that the hospitals and the healthcare facilities, they have to develop this real commitment for this particular Swachh Bharat movement. And the maximum dividends that we get is by this for our own health sector, not only in the hospitals but outside also. So the messages that they flow out of the hospitals and the changes in behavior that you will introduce, this will certainly ensure that what I said, 2022, next year, August 15 is going to be a very important day. We'll complete 75 years of our independence. And I remember in 2017, I was part of that function. At 6 o'clock in the evening, the Prime Minister suddenly said, imagine you were in 1942. And today, when he reminded the countrymen that in 1942 there was a Quit India movement, and 5 years later we got independence. So in 2017 at 6 o'clock in that function, I heard the Prime Minister saying that why don't you all dream with me to deliver a new India 5 years later when we complete 75 years of our independence. And we have seen that in the last 5 years, 6 years since he has been in power from 2014 onwards, a lot of visionary programs have been introduced, and the maximum benefit of these programs is actually being enjoyed by the people in the health sector. Whether it is the Swachh Bharat, whether it is a program to give cylinders to the poor women, whether it is a clean air program, whether it's all programs. The program right now, which is being taken up passionately by the Prime Minister, is about providing potable drinking water, tap water to every citizen of this country. This is also going to produce rich dividends for the health sector, and all the programs that we have seen over the years. Even the program around this mask that we were forced to wear in 2020, this COVID appropriate behavior. Now most of my friends, colleagues and doctors, they tell me that the incidence of other communicable diseases which used to spread through droplet infection and all, they have all dropped down. In the private hospitals also there are far lesser number of patients, and we all know that hospital acquired infections is a big challenge. So when we will ensure that maybe in the name of Kayakalp itself, if things will start improving inside the hospitals, if those ultimately, a significant number was told today that these are the health and wellness centers which have actually got the prize today. So if a health and wellness center where there are not too many people, where there are not too many very highly you can say educated doctors or other support staff, if they can maintain those standards and trying to compete with the big institutions, so I am sure that all of you, if you pledge that next year by 2022, it's not only the 70%, but 100% of us will try to get all our facilities attain the Kayakalp parameters, minimum Kayakalp parameters. It is very much possible. So I would use this occasion to appeal to all the health administrators of the country to take a renewed pledge. You have now the experience of Kayakalp also for 5 years. And you now also have the experience of the Swachh Bharat mission for 6 years. You also have the experience of so many other programs. And you, the best of it is that you have the experience of handling and fighting COVID, where we started from zero and we have achieved a level where our parameters are not only comparable, where they are the best in the whole world. We can compete with the US, we can compete with UK, we can compete with any developed country, and we will find that the parameters which have been defined or proposed by international bodies to assess the impact of COVID and the quality of fight of a particular country against COVID, on all the parameters we see that we are behaving much better than any other country. So if we focus on this Kayakalp activity specifically also, apart from handling diseases, contributing to the strengthening of the various national programs, etc., I am sure that we will be able to achieve. So I will request my own officers also, the people who are involved with the National Health Mission and the mission directors all over the country, to give a special and very focused impetus to this particular activity, which will automatically as a byproduct help us in strengthening the other program. It has to be the other way. Means we are strengthening our programs, but if we strengthen this aspect, it will give us far more richer dividends. So friend, let me tell you, ours is not a government that rests on its laurels. We strive for continual improvement and progress, and encouraged by the success of Kayakalp initiative, as I mentioned, the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has collaborated with the Ministry of Drinking Water and Sanitation and has launched the Swachh Swasth Sarvatra program. Under this program, under the program, one community health center situated within the open defecation block, open defecation free block, receives one-time grant of rupees 10 lakhs under the National Health Mission for undertaking improvement activities so that the health center is able to become a Kaya Kalp community health center. You would be proud to know the success of this initiative has not been limited only to India. It has been internationally applauded during the 72nd World Health Assembly, which was held in May 2019, and its success is duly recognized in Global Baseline Report 2019 published by WHO, UNICEF and JMP. The report has praised the contribution of Kaya Kalp in improvement in WASH indicators in India. So it's not only that we are actually acknowledging, the whole world and the highest bodies which actually handle health, which give advice to the whole world, to the member states, they are also. So even the initiative or the contribution of a health worker working at the health and wellness centers, it is being appreciated in Geneva, it is being appreciated at other places by the international organizations. So this applaud for you is not coming from only these people who are here in the health ministry, it is coming from the highest quarters all over the world. So you have to accept their congratulations also. I would like to applaud not all the healthcare facilities for striving to achieve excellence under this initiative, but all the people who are involved in this endeavor, and heartiest congratulations to the winning hospitals. Before I conclude, I would like to express my immense appreciation for all the central government institutions for providing clinical leadership in management of COVID patients. The role of states and the district facilities has not been less significant by any measure. I applaud all of them for providing great high quality COVID care. With the 2 vaccines approved now for emergency use to be rolled out very soon, we are moving closer to ending this pandemic. But we must remember that COVID-19 won't be the last exigency to test humankind's resolve. We must not lose sight of our goal and must continue to keep investing to building resilient healthcare systems in order to achieve our ultimate target of achieving universal health coverage, the dream of our Prime Minister. Wishing you all great health and a very happy new year. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to preside over this prestigious ceremony. Namaskar.